Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
And I'm Ed Karen. Following the death of their founder and CEO, Retreat Behavioral Health has closed both its inpatient and outpatient facilities in New Haven.
Within the last few days, the employees were told to go home without getting paid. And as Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc shows us, they're now looking for answers.
More than 160 people work for Retreat Behavioral Health here in New Haven. All of them right now, even those in leadership positions, say they are completely in the dark after the company suddenly shut its doors within the last week. Traffic is still moving outside Retreat Behavioral Health on Ella T. Grasso Boulevard in New Haven. But nobody is answering the door at their 24/7 facility.
The lights are on.
The lights may be on, but the more than 160 employees who work at this inpatient facility and the outpatient office on Long Wharf Drive are in the dark. This after they were all sent home on Friday following the death of the company's founder, Peter Shore.
We grieve with them, but we still yet need answers to what's going on.
Ron Waters says he got emails in the middle of his shift last week saying the company is shutting its doors here in New Haven with no explanation and no timeline on a potential reopening.
It was a somber event. Like I said, it just seeing people panic, people leaving shift. Basically, people were abandoning ship.
Waters works as a professional driver for the patients here who get treatments for substance use disorders. Over the weekend, he took his last customer home as the nearly 40 patients in the facility were sent to other treatment centers or back home.
I cry for them. I actually, have emotions and feelings that they're going through because I feel like they were getting in the treatment that they needed, but it wasn't enough. You just basically yanked it from them.
At the same time, Waters and his coworkers like Robert Taylor are waiting to get paid after missing out on payday on Friday.
Everyone came to work and everyone was expecting, like you would, to get paid. And we didn't get paid. And when we asked questions about our pay, upper management had nothing to say about it.
Since then, they still haven't gotten a response. And while people like Taylor will figure it out, he says many others who work here live paycheck to paycheck and are terrified.
And that's a terrible thing to do, not to give those people that money when they really, really need it.
The State Department of Public Health confirms they were here last week to review the process of discharging the patients. In the meantime, a spokesperson for the company tells us they are not sure right now whether this closure is temporary or permanent. We are in New Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Julia, thank you. Well, new tonight, police in the capital city are searching for a shooting suspect. Police say a man in his 30s was shot on Hillside Ave just before 2 p.m. this afternoon. The man was taken to the hospital, but is expected to survive. Anybody with information on the incident can call Hartford Police.
More information tonight about a brush fire that broke out in East Haven. The fire igniting right near Tweed, New Haven Airport last night. Take a look at these images. There you see the large orange plume of smoke there. Officials say windy conditions spread the flames around a quarter of a mile down Proto Drive. Fire crews working well into the night to keep the fire from impacting any homes or businesses. It was extinguished within a few hours' time. A consumer alert to bring you tonight. The city of New Haven sending letters to residents who may have been involved in a data privacy breach. The city learned about this back in January, that 2 city email accounts were accessed by unauthorized users. This all happening between June 1st, 2023 to June 18th, 2023. The city believes that personal information to over 400 people might have been accessed. That's including city employees, retirees, vendors, and others. Right now, it's not believed that any information was misused for fraud or identity theft purposes. Anyone whose information may be compromised will get a letter in the mail, and it is recommended to closely monitor your accounts for any suspicious activity.
New tonight, an angel got her wings. More help is on the way for a nonprofit that was broken into twice this month. The Angel of Edgewood, a Hartford nonprofit, was awarded a big check from the federal government. So how will that money be used? Fox 61 was on hand for the announcement.
Even angels need a little lift once in a while.
As if sent straight from heaven.
I can't thank you all enough from the bottom of my heart.
The angel of Edgewood, Jendiah Scott Miller, has been helping the community for years.
The angel of Edgewood is a true angel for all of us in our community.
Now the community, through the federal government, is helping her.
A $709,000 kiss.
That $709,000 in federal spending is being directed to the Hartford nonprofit.
I'm grateful for the title angel, but I would not be able to be here or do any of this without my supporters.
And this announcement comes after the Angel of Edgewood headquarters was burglarized. Not once, but twice this month. The thieves using this old laundry chute to access the facility and to steal the donated goods inside. The thieves stole everything from food and clothing to air conditioners and toys.
Snap it.
The money will be used not only to expand the Angel of Edgewood headquarters on Franklin Avenue, but also to improve their security. On this day, Senator Blumenthal, along with state and local leaders, toured the facility, where a vintage RV was just acquired and is set to become a new vehicle to drive the nonprofit's mission to feed the community.
When growing up, I wasn't allowed to dream. So that's why I dream really big now.
And the construction on the Angel of Edgewood's facility is set to begin later this year. In addition to the money from the federal government, the Angel of Edgewood has recently been the beneficiary of grants from the Blue Hills Civic Association and the American Savings Foundation.
Governor Ned Lamont kicking off his annual Governor's Reading Challenge. This year's theme is Read, Renew, and Repeat. The statewide program encourages students K through 12 to read books during the summer months. Last year, more than 10,000 students across Connecticut participated in summer reading, and more than 5,000 visited a public library. Well, time now to get a check on our forecast. If summer is your thing, today was your day. It was beautiful out there.
It was, but I hear this stretch of unsettled weather is still going to continue, at least for a little bit. We're not through it yet. And for all the details, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Hey, Rach.
Hey, yeah, we'll be watching starting right around or a little bit after this time tomorrow for more storms coming through. And once again, a couple of those storms could be on the strong side. Right now, though, we're doing just fine. We've got temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Hartford, New Haven, it's a bit hazy out there, but we're doing this warmth without the humidity. Tomorrow is an entirely different story. So we're going to hang on to the warmth, but add the humidity back to the mix. By 11 o'clock at night, temperatures are still in the mid 70s, and we're looking at overnight lows that will be near 70 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So it's a warm start to the day. It's hot and humid by afternoon, highs near 90 inland and at the shoreline. And while there could be an isolated shower or rumble of thunder after 3 or 4 o'clock, I think the main window for a stronger thunderstorm would be around or after 7 p.m. So mostly during tomorrow night. And again, heavy rain is possible. We're also talking about the chance for some lightning and some strong winds too in the worst of the storms, not in all of the storms. The threat for severe weather appears isolated. And here's a quick look at your beach and boating forecast. It's going to be a great day down by the water tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at those storms for tomorrow coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. A warning tonight from the U.S. Surgeon General that gun violence in America has become a public health crisis. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the very latest from Washington.
Following mass shootings in Arkansas, Alabama, and Ohio over the weekend, America's top doctor says it's time for the U.S. to take a different approach in preventing gun violence.
Today, for the first time in the history of our office, I am issuing a Surgeon General's advisory on firearm violence.
Those advisories have been used to warn of the risks of cigarettes, motor vehicles, and most recently, social media. But with the number of deaths and injuries from guns increasing exponentially, Surgeon General Vivek Murthy says this issue also deserves to be treated as a public health crisis.
Our children should not have to live in fear that they are going to get shot if they go to school. None of us should have to worry that going to the mall or a concert or a house of worship means putting our lives at risk.
Murthy's recommendations to drive down gun deaths include banning assault weapons, requiring universal background checks, and passing laws that would restrict their use in public spaces and penalize people who fail to safely store their weapons. All actions that would require legislation from Congress.
It does not have to be this way. We cannot ever normalize this. We need the people in the United States Congress to have the courage to stand up to the gun lobbyists.
This advisory from Surgeon General Murthy is sure to be controversial on Capitol Hill. Before he was confirmed to the office, he told reluctant Republicans he would not use his position to push gun control. This is a clear about face. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.